I'm going to be going over what comes in the box of Agents of Mayhem, Pride of Babylon, and how you store all this in the game trays that come with the game. So first I'm going to be going over the unit trays. You get 4 unit trays to store the 4 main elite unit characters that come with the game. In these trays, they come with the figure in the tray. Everything else you'll have to pack in yourself. So I always put the unit starting gadgets that come in the first deck you will open. And then in the advanced deck, there are also 3 Mayhem cards for each character that also go into that unit's tray. I also like to put my refresh cards for the faction in one of that faction's trays. So I've put the 12 refresh cards in here with Hollywood. In the bottom of the card well, I also like to put what cubes that unit starts a mission with, so it makes setup really quick and easy. And then here, right beside the figure, we have that character's upgrade counters that, again, you do not actually use until the advanced game. Some characters also have an ally figure that go in the second figure well in the tray. So here we have Fortune with her ally Glory. And then for Dr. Babylon, since the Golem does not have his own tray, I put the Golem's upgrade counters in the second figure counter of his tray. Next we have the Legion Squad unit tray. This tray holds all of the minion units for Legion, and this comes pre-packed, so you won't have to figure out which well each figure goes into. However, you will have to put in the upgrade counters for the minion units in these 2 wells here. And then as you can see, the Golem fits into a nice little slot on top of the lid of this tray lid. Next, I'm going to be going over the supply tray. This will hold all the different kind of counters that you could possibly use during the game. It comes with the dice already in the tray. Everything else you'll have to put in yourself. First, over here I have the triangular event markers. There are 9 for Mayhem and 9 for Legion. They both go in here. Next, we have the hexagon explosion markers. Then here we have the timer markers for both Mayhem and Legion. And then in this long wall here, we have the reference markers, numbered 1 through 9, that are used during the campaign. Then here we have the objective markers, 1 through 9, and also the crystal and gadget objective markers. We also have the COP objective marker for the COP expansion within the base box, since the COP expansion only needs a single counter. Then here we have the Mayhem status markers that are used in the advanced rules. And then we have a well for each of the different types of statuses. We have your movement statuses, your stunned and disrupt statuses, your range statuses, your attack or defense statuses, and your attack statuses. I also like to put the orphan counters, the counters there's only 1 or 2 of, in one of the extra spaces in these wells, since they don't have their own space in the tray. Then on the other side of the tray, we have all the different sorts of cubes in the game. We have the white shield cubes and the black armor cubes in the 2 small wells on the end. Then we have your green speed cubes, your yellow focus cubes, your blue tech cubes, your purple mayhem cubes, and your red wound cubes. Now I'm going to be showing how this all fits into the tray in the box. Now I'm going to be taking the tray out of the box so you can see where I'm placing everything better. So first, I'm going to be putting things on that go into this bottommost tray. The first things I put are the 5 Doomsday device counters in this square well right here. I'll move this right here in the center so I can reach it better. Then I have these jump counters that fit into this open space right here. And next we have the 2 ally boards that fit right next to the Doomsday counters. Now I'm going to start placing the map tiles in the order they go in. First we have the 3 space by 3 space map tile. Then on top of that we have the 4 3 by 4 space map tiles. Let me get them. Oh, my mistake. Those actually go right here. What goes actually above this one are the 4 space by 4 space tiles. Next, we have the 4 by 6 space tiles. So there's 3 of those. Then the 6 by 6 tiles and the 6 by 3 tiles. Then in this open space right here, I like to put my vehicles. They fit the exact width of that gap, and I put them in 2 columns. Then on the other side of the tray, I put the 7 unit and squad boards. And last, in the center wells are where all the columns go for the game. So I'm going to finish filling those in. That is the entire bottom tray filled out. Now, the score and round tracker does not have its own space and tray, so I like to put that on the end of the box next to either the character boards or the map tiles. Now, on top of this tray, we will put our supply cubes that just kind of lock in right there, and then our squad unit tray that goes on top of the map tiles. Next, we put the 4 unit trays. And then here I'm going to go over the card boxes, which will go in next. In these card boxes, they store all the cards in the game that are not assigned to a specific character. Now, in these card boxes, we will store the minion cards and the minion mayhem cards. And notice there's a card divider to indicate what cards are where. Then we have the gadget cards and the mayhem cards for the golem, since he does not have his own tray. Then we have the undiscovered gadgets for mayhem. Since each character only starts with 2 gadgets, the rest of their 9 gadgets each get shuffled together into a deck and placed here. You'll have the opportunity to draw new gadgets from this deck to add them to the character's discovered gadgets in their unit trays. Then we have those cards for Legion. And then we have the Mayhem mission cards that are used to generate your own missions after you've played the standalone missions in the game, in the mission book. And then we have a set of Legion mission cards to generate missions too. Next, if you get the solo card expansion, we have a card divider for those. And then the rest of the card dividers are for the campaign. Here we have the cards. They are numbered 1 through 201. And we have 5 of them that are these, or actually, sorry, 6 of them that are these location cards with this little indicator on the back. Those are separated from the rest of the cards and put on their own. But then after that, all the cards are numbered 1 through 201. Now, unfortunately, there was a slight problem in the organization as they were ordered and wrapped. They are in groups, but they are slightly out of the wrong order. So what you want to do is look at the number on the back at the top and just make sure they're in order. Now, be aware though, sometimes a number is skipped. There is not a card for every number. You also want to make sure that the cards are not out of order, because you'll be told to draw certain number cards. You want to make it easy for yourself to find them. So that is how these card boxes are all packed. Now the cards are shipped to you in several packs, and you're not supposed to open them all at once. You're supposed to open one pack when you start reading the rules, and then you'll be told when to open the rest of the packs. Unfortunately, with the plastic wrap, not all the cards can fit in these boxes. So you might want to open them and unwrap them and organize them like this from the beginning so that they can fit. So I'm going to put the lids back on these. And these fit right on top of the column tray wells. Next, we have all the base plugs that are used to attach the columns to the map tiles. Now, I put these in the bag that the cubes actually come in. And then, in case you were wondering what this metal thing is, it is used just in case you have any trouble to tighten and loosen these base screws. So they just fit in the notch on the bottom, and it makes putting them together and taking them apart really easy. And I'm just going to put that in the cool bag with those. And I just put these nicely somewhere in a gap, and they fit well. Last, we have all the summary sheets that come with the game. Each character has their own summary sheet that has their character description, a quick reference of how their special rules for their weapon work, and some backstory from the character. And then on the back, we have all the upgrades that are available for the character to make it easy for you to choose how to spend your upgrade points after missions. We also have a summary sheet for each side. This really covers all the rules condensed in the game, and then a quick overview of all the symbols in the game. Then we have the rule book, of course, and then there is a mission book for each side. So when you're playing a mission, the Mayhem side will use the Mayhem book, and the Legion side will use Legion book. And last, we have 2 mission generation boards that are used when you're generating your own missions. So I'm going to stack these all up and put them in the bag they come in, because it just keeps them nice and organized and protected. And then put the 2 mission boards in there. Now, when I put this in the box, I put this so that the spine of the booklets are towards one of the ends, since they're a little bit thicker, and it makes sure your lid will be able to go on flat. So that's how I organize and pack my Agents of Mayhem box. It all fits in there. It's all very compact. So one thing that's nice is that it really doesn't get jostled around, because the things are actually pre-lined up with the top of the lid. You probably don't want to shake it or even put it vertical if you can help it. If you can always keep it horizontal, it'll make sure nothing gets out of place. But even if you do put it vertical, things should still stay in place, because these lids are very tight, and it'll keep your game organized. So I hope you guys enjoy the game, and I hope you check out some of our other games too.